And it shall be when you have increased and shall bear fruit in the land in those days, declares Yahweh, that they no longer say, the ark of the covenant of Yahweh. Neither would it come to heart, nor would they remember it, nor would they visit it, nor would it be made again. Now let me, if you just took this little piece right here, all right? If you just took this little piece here, you can say, oh, there it is. It's doing away with Torah. It's doing away with commands. He's attacking things. Now, let's understand where the context of this is. We've already seen a backsliding, self-sovereign, and if you understood the culture of the time in Judah was we can do whatever we want because after all, we're Yahweh's people. We have the ark. We have the hekel. We have the tabernacle. So obviously we can do whatever we want. You see, that was their justification to say, oh, but we have the ark. He says, no, it's going to come to a place where they're no longer going to say this. Now, we could stop right there and we go, oh, that could be like an attack on Torah. They're going to get rid of the commandments and all this other stuff. But let's keep reading. Because at that time, Jerusalem shall be called the throne of Yahweh, and all the nations shall be gathered to it, to the name of Yahweh, to Jerusalem, and no longer walk after the stubbornness of the evil hearts. Because he's saying at that time, why would you point to the ark when I'm here? You see, if you don't go one more verse, he's talking about the millennial time when Yeshua is sitting on the throne and the word of Yahweh goes forth from Jerusalem, right? So why would you be like, is anybody going to be pointing to the ark when the Creator is sitting right there on the throne? So does this diminish Torah observance? No. He says, look, you will no longer walk after the stubbornness of your evil heart. Now, what all of this conversation in chapter 3 has been talking about, what kind of stubbornness? Doing it my way versus doing it his way. That's stubbornness. I'm going to do what I want, blah, blah, blah. He says that's going to end. He didn't say I'm going to allow you to do what you want and take the Torah out of the way so that it's no longer in the way of you doing what you want. Although that's what mainstream Christianity will teach you, is that we're going to take the Torah out of the way because it's the problem. So this way you can do what you want and now what you want is okay. No, your heart needs to change. It's not changing. The Torah is the Torah. The word of Yahweh is the word of Yahweh. It stands forever. You have to change and come in line with it. We're not going to get it out of the way so that you can do what you want. So as we look at this, it says, look, it shall be when you have increased and shall bear fruit. Back to verse 16. He says, in those days declares Yahweh that you shall no longer say the ark of the covenant of Yahweh. And by the way, they were saying that meaning we've got the ark. Obviously, we're still in his favor. He says, the ark of the covenant, neither would it be come to your heart, nor would they remember it, nor would they visit it. In other words, people think, oh, it won't even come to your heart about the ark. Well, why? The king is sitting on his throne. Why would you think about a bunch of tablets in a box? I'm not trying to insult the tablets in a box. They were very precious while he wasn't sitting on his throne here on the earth. But when he is, at that time in Jerusalem shall be called, Jerusalem will be called the throne of Yahweh, and all the nations shall be gathered and to the name of Yahweh. So we know that that's talking about the millennium. In those days, the house of Judah shall go to the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north into the land that I have given them as an inheritance to your fathers. That's, what are we talking about? The two sticks coming together from Ezekiel 37. He says, but I said, how would I put you among children and give you a pleasant land, a splendid inheritance of the hosts of the nations? And I said, call me my father and do not turn away from me. He's looking to them to say, call me my father. Call me Abba, Abba Father. And stop this self-sovereign thing.